2 more jumps. We can do 1 jump without thinking. And on the second jump, we'll want to go to this out-of-the-way system, 4J ZC9. So when we see that, we'll go for that. There's nothing here, we're just going to move on through. We'll have to make a second jump here. Looks like we got somebody here. Let's see what they're up to, shall we? Yeah, we're just gonna move on through to ZC9 like I wanted to do. There are people here. We're going to ignore them and move on through. Whoops. Let's see, we decloaked. Pressed it too many times. That's dangerous. $110% tax rate that guy's getting hit with. That's funny. Drone bay. Now there's a chance that this guy is docked up, but why flirt with it if you don't need to? Okay, after this jump we're going to need a new destination, so we're going to go ahead and set our next destination. We're going to go deep into this branch next. See how we're hitting all the branches along the way? And here we are. There's some stuff to look at here. So, let's open that map and take a look. A relic site. That's what we wanted. Man, it's getting kind of hot in here. I'm going to have to turn the heat off while the scan is going. Yeah, I messed up. I turned the heat all the way up rather than turning it all the way down. I need some damn money. You need money. Okay. All right, we can seed her with a little bit of money, I guess. Whoops, I forgot to run this thing. Okay. We've been talking through myself, huh? Alright, that should get that. And we can start scanning these. See what's in them. What kind of, it's a monument. We are scanning and scanning and scanning. We're like running all kinds of scans right here at the same time. Okay, where are we here? This one? Oh yeah, there's some good shit here. We just gotta get in there to it. I don't know what that's gonna be. You gotta take those things out like as soon as you see them, pretty much. Ah, this is bad. God damn. How many of those fucking things are we gonna hit? There we go. These attack those. Oh, I think it's right here. Yep, there it is. Alright, we gotta take it out with special tools if we can find some. Fuck. Alright, this is all we need right here. We barely got that. And it wasn't even 1,000,000. You run into that sometimes. You run into that bullshit sometimes. And see, we did that whole thing with this screen up. You don't even have to look at the game to play it. You just have to kind of know where you are. And once you start playing it like this, where you're not even looking at it, that's when, man, that's when you're really on a roll. Alright, that's a wormhole. Difficult to find wormhole. We'll find it after this. We'll have to tighten our scan. Well, that one was almost 3,000,000, see? We will scan down this wormhole right now. We're gonna have all these wormholes bookmarked, so that if we get on the run, well, at least we'll be okay. Boom. Call the probes home, reload them, we can close our map now. And we're still hacking. You just keep on hacking on. Then you just go to the next closest one. Okay. Let's see, she said she added me as a contact. Is that true? What's her name again? Starts with an M. Oh yeah, she's online, so it's asking her now to start a conversation. She'll figure out how to accept it in a minute. I offered to give her money. She said she needed money. There's a bunch of tools if we need them. Nice, 5 million. You know, sometimes that's as good as you're going to get in these little piddly sites.
Warp drive active.
We're going to check out this wormhole. This is a good place to kind of get our bearings. Okay, here's another C1, C3. Wormhole out of stain deep. Yeah, stain deep is good shorthand. I'll know what that means when I go back to it. So now
Warp drive active.
we're warping back out of the Stargate, and we're going to carry on this way. A lot of straight jumps ahead of us, a lot of opportunities for gate camps. It's the way you have to look at that. And we're still sort of on the edge of stain. We're out here where it's pretty safe. And once we do this string of stars, we may well be somewhat rich. Okay, we're just going to move on through.
Warp
We've already
drive
been here.
active. Warp drive active.
See how regularly I run D-scan? This is what you want to do when you need to know what's around you. I mean, those are your feelers as you move through this solar system. That's how you kind of feel what's around you. It's like a sonar. You're sending out a ping. Okay, who's here? We don't know. We could scan the system down, and by then maybe she will have disappeared. You know? And we might actually... We'll warp this way and see if we can pick her up on D-scan.
Warp drive active.
It doesn't hurt just to kind of poke around. Yeah, I'm not seeing her, but there's a relic site here. So we will at least scan this relic site, know where it is. We'll bookmark it if we have to, and we'll go on. And then as we come back through, looking for a wormhole out, we might have the opportunity to hit this relic site again. So there it is. Fresh opportunities. I just have to figure out how to make money, she says. Or is there an option of actual money? Yes, both are options. But in-game money is easily made. And easily lost. People will separate you from your money.
Warp drive active.
That happened to me a couple times. I can't even remember now how I got scammed. Just that I got scammed. So she could be in a Tengu, you know, like just a kilometer away from me. Well, maybe not that close, but she could be nearby. We're kind of going away from the site. That's good. So we're not decloaking unless she disappears. That's the bottom line. If this is a wormhole, we'll bookmark it and move on. Same as the relic site. In fact, we'll go ahead and save that location. And see, if I don't go for that relic site, she'll just assume, oh, he must not be a explorer. He must be doing something else. But yeah, we're just going to save these locations. And carry on down this way. Okay. Sancha data mining site. Still nothing is coming up. We're just going to save that location. And we're going to move on.
Warp drive active.
Reloading our probes now. When we land on that Stargate, we'll already be warping. Jumping through. Yamping. Alright. Now we're just going to keep moving.
Warp drive active.
Fuck. See, we decloaked on accident. We were a little too hasty. You don't have to be so hasty as I am. We'll cloak back up. Now there's a warp disruptor. We could bump into it and have to turn around and go somewhere else. Yep. And he put an object there to decloak me. try and avoid it. See, we almost bumped into it. We came very close to bumping into it. Okay. This is when it starts to get kind of serious. Trying to get into staying is nasty work sometimes. This is the game, though. Alright, at least that thing didn't decloak us. Alright, we need to get around this bubble. I'm gonna go that way. And yes, we're going into the bubble. And yes, it's scary and I'm sweaty. That was us just passing through the membrane. Our camera, anyway. So now we are in this bubble. We're 15 kilometers. That's the... And see, these seekers are scanning it. That thing, they scan everything. It's really weird, these things. But yeah, really, really freaky. A lot of unexplained, crazy stuff going on in these games. Okay, and we are almost outside of the bubble, which doesn't mean much, but there we go. And I'm not going to decloak and micro warp drive onto the gate because these people might be involved in the bubble gate camp. They might be cloaked right here between me and the gate, you know? So, but I am ready to drive if I have to. I've decloaked too early and gotten caught at this point. It's not fun. Which is why we take it easy. And we'll get there in time. Okay, we're close enough now. I feel comfortable micro warp driving and jumping. And it might just get worse from here on. See, I took the time this time to look ahead of me to make sure I'm not going to run into anything. But still, when I issue the jump command, there could be a bubble waiting for me. There's also what's called a drag bubble. And drag bubbles, they'll suck you behind the Stargate, like farther than you intended to jump, because your trajectory intersects with it. And even though it's behind your destination, because your trajectory intersects with the bubble, it puts you on the bubble rather than your target. And it's a bitch. Those are the most confusing. Because you're like, hey, what happened? Why do I have to turn around to get to my destination? That's why. Because the drag bubble dragged you behind your intended destination. Really freaky shit.